Welcome everyone to the second Global Waste Management Conference 2021 Conference and Exhibition. In short, GWMC 2021. It is delivered to you live in a digital format. I'm Bernard Redzon, and I will be your host for this two-day virtual conference. The theme for the conference is Integrating People, Planet, and Profit in Managing Waste and Resource Recovery. It's designed to gather policymakers, international experts, and global practitioners to collectively address global waste management challenges. This virtual conference and exhibition is jointly organized by Confexup Group and the Malaysian Industry Government Group for High Technology MITE and supported by Ministry of Housing and Local Government Malaysia, Ministry of Environment and Water Malaysia, and Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, to start off the conference, we are delighted to have with us today Dr. Abdul Aziz S.A. Kadir, the organizing chairman of GWMC 2021 Conference and Exhibition, and also chairman of Confexup Group, to deliver his introductory remarks, followed by welcome address by Dato Engineer Dr. Abdul Rahim Haji Hashim, representing our partner, the Malaysian Industry Government Group for High Technology MITE. Over to you, Dr. Abdul Aziz.
Thank you, Bernie. Yang berhormat, Datuk Hajah Zuraida Kamarudin, Minister of Housing and Local Government. Yang berbahagia, Datuk Engineer Abdul Rahim Haji Hashim, Joint Chairman of Malaysian Industry and Government Group for High Technology, or MITE, distinguished guests, session chairs, speakers, delegates, and media friends. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you to the opening of the second Global Waste Management Conference conducted in a virtual format. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to express our gratitude and heartfelt thanks to Yang Berhormat Datuk Hajah Zuraida Kamarudin, Minister of Housing and Local Government, for agreeing to officiate this conference and exhibition. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the World Bank, the world generated around 2 billion tons of municipality solid waste annually, with the East Asia and Pacific nations generating most of it at 23%. This figure is expected to hit 3.4 billion tons by 2050. Compared to developed nations, developing countries are more severely impacted by unsustainably managed waste. Over 90% of waste are not managed in an environmentally safe manner, and more than half are disposed in unregulated dumps or openly burnt. These practices create serious health, safety, and environmental consequences. Proper waste management is essential in building sustainable and livable cities, but it remains a challenge, especially for developing countries and cities. Effective waste management is expensive and requires integrated systems that are efficient, sustainable, and socially supported. That is the purpose of organizing this timely and meaningful gathering. I hope that this conference can serve as a forum for in-depth discussion on waste management issues, which in turn will promote better public understanding of the waste problem faced by the world and help contribute to a more sustainable future. Adopting the theme, integrating people, planet, and profit in managing waste resource recovery, this two-day conference will bring together some of the most capable international experts from 15 countries, providing insights on waste policy, institutions and monitoring, financing, cost recovery and disposal strategy, smart waste collection technologies, disruptive technologies, and innovations in smart waste processing, treatment, and recovery system, global waste to wealth markets and technology, advancement, people, planet, and profit, advancing towards low carbon and zero waste city. We trust that after this conference, our participants will leave with a better understanding on strategies and team and learn some new methods and technologies that could possibly solve their waste issues. This is also an excellent opportunity to build collaborative networks focused on solutions. I personally look forward to learn more on the innovative ideas and new partnerships that will emerge from this conference. On this note, it is my pleasant duty to once again thank Yang Berhormat Datuk Hajah Zuraida, Ministry of Housing and Local Government, for being here to deliver the opening address. Our appreciation also goes to the Malaysian Industry Government Group for High Technologies, or MITE, team for their continuous support and effort in making the success of this conference. To our long list of endorsers and media partners, thank you for your support and trust in making this virtual conference and exhibition a success. Without a doubt, the deliberations would not be complete without our global session chairs and speakers, and I look forward to participating in the discussions and learning from your insights. To conclude, I wish all participants a fruitful discussion. Thank you.
Thank you once again to Dr. Abdul Aziz for the inspiring introductory remarks. We now invite Dr. Engineer Dr. Abdul Rahim Haji Hashim from MITE to deliver his welcome address.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang Berhormat Datuk Hajah Zuraida Kamaluddin, Minister of Housing and Local Government of Malaysia. Yang Bahagia Datuk Dr. Abdul Aziz Sheikh Abdul Kadir, Chairman of Convex Group. Yang Bahagia Datuk Dr. Mary Wong Lailin, Deputy Secretary General for Policy, Ministry of Housing and Local Government Malaysia. Distinguished guests, speakers and delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, salam sejahtera, and a very good morning. It gives me great pleasure to deliver this welcome address at this second edition of the Global Waste Management Conference hosted by MITE and Convex Hub Group as a virtual conference. I am delighted to welcome you to this important gathering focusing on environmental action, a key element of the 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development. Ladies and gentlemen, according to a statistic produced by the World Counts, every year we dump a massive 2.12 billion tons of waste globally on land use dump sites or in the oceans, comprising of construction waste, industrial waste, household waste, plastic waste, e-waste, hazardous waste, sewage, and runoff waste. One current problem that has caught global attention is that cities are now struggling with the problem of high buildup of waste and its negative impact on our immediate surroundings and the larger global environment. Solid and liquid waste, as well as gas particles released from the industries, landfills, and runoff waste, as well as household sewage from urban regions, have significantly impaired our air quality and water resources. As a consequence, improved waste management is an urgent priority for all of us. It is important for us to recognize that threats arising from poor waste management are elevated by, firstly, the increasing quantities of waste generated by economic and population growth. Secondly, the limited availability of suitable land for waste management facilities. Thirdly, the financial challenges of establishing advanced waste management projects. And lastly, the limited economies of scale for waste recycling. Currently, landfills are the most common method for the disposal of waste, especially for developing countries. Landfills are only successful when there are lots of space and when they are properly managed. Landfills and incineration are becoming less popular due to the high costs and energy efficiency, and most importantly, it leads to water and air pollution with its inevitable negative effect to the environment. It is a rising global trend now to turn to have more advanced collection, separation, and disposal technologies that would innovate the waste management sector. One of the biggest innovations in the waste management industry is the ability to turn waste in landfills into energy and specialty products. Equipment known as digesters converts waste and the biogas it produces into energy that can be used on-site, while thermal conversion uses high heat and pressure to turn what was once useless materials into chemicals, fertilizers, oils, and other useful products. These technologies are applicable on various types of waste, including food, animal waste, agricultural byproducts, and more. Precious metals such as platinum, palladium, and iridium are widely used in industry applications, including the automotive and chemical sectors. New methodologies like plasma arc recycling are now used to recover a vast majority of the platinum metal found in vehicles and other objects to meet the rising demands for these precious metals. Instead of mining for new ore, these materials can be repurposed and given a second lease of life. Advanced software is also being deployed for more efficient waste collection by optimizing routes, increasing fuel efficiency, and reducing energy usage. New sensors alert waste management companies where bins are full and need to be serviced. New types of screening technology sort through recyclables quickly and efficiently, which takes the work out of the hands of consumer and encourage higher recycling rates. These are some of the examples of how technologies are changing the way waste are managed. Our distinguished speakers and experts will be sharing many more innovations through this two-day conference. Ladies and gentlemen, collaborative efforts from all stakeholders are necessary in order to address waste management challenges. While governments and municipalities are largely and traditionally regarded as responsible parties for waste policies, planning, and waste services, strategic approaches to waste reduction calls for more active involvement of the private sectors and consumers. In fact, the private sector has long been directly involved in the waste sector through outsourcing arrangements and informally through waste collection and separation. The successful implementation of any major public initiative requires a close partnership between the government and the private sector. This will facilitate and expedite the development of state-of-the-art management facilities and the deployment of advanced and new innovation to reduce the bulk of unavoidable waste. Building a partnership is not easy, and that is where MITE in bridging public-private partnership will play its role to continue our ongoing engagement with all stakeholders, including relevant ministries and technology providers, to re-examine the way waste are managed. In view of this, MITE is glad to co-organize this Global Waste Management Conference 2021, emphasizing integrating people, planet, and profit in managing waste and resource recovery, where we discuss relevant policies and advanced management technologies, connect people, and highlight the benefits of proper waste management and start making a positive impact on our planet. In closing, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Yang Berhormat Datuk Hajah Zuraidah Kamaluddin, Minister of Housing and Local Government Malaysia, for being with us this morning to officially open and launch the conference. And I would like to thank also all the distinguished speakers and delegates, and hope that all of us will have a fruitful and productive session. Thank you.
Thank you to Dato Engineer Dr. Abdul Rahim for the welcome address. Ladies and gentlemen, with great honor, we now invite Yang Berhormat Dato Hajah Zuraidah Kamaluddin, Minister of Housing and Local Government, to deliver the opening address and later to launch the GWMC 2021 Conference and Exhibition.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalam wala asyrafil mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, a very good afternoon to everyone. First, let me thank the organizers, Malaysian Industry Government Group for High Technology, or better known as MITE, and Convex Hub Group for inviting me to address this conference, and various organizations who are joining us virtually, both from local and international. I am as excited as you are in joining today's conference. I see this conference as meaningful and timely in addressing the issues on sustainable waste management, especially in the context of post-COVID-19 global challenge on the environment. Thus, the befitting theme of this year's Global Waste Conference and Exhibition 2021 is integrating people, planet and profit in managing waste and resource recovery. I do hope that this conference can serve as a forum for in-depth discussion on waste management issues, which in turn will promote better understanding of the global waste problem. I believe better understanding of this issue would help contribute immensely towards building a more sustainable future through relevant technology and behavior changes towards waste. Ladies and gentlemen, waste generation around the world is on the increasing trend as industrialization and urbanization continue to dominate the development agenda. If we combine the two factors with the population growth and existing public consumption habits, we are basically looking at global municipal solid waste generation at 3.4 billion metric tons by 2050. In What a Waste 2.0 report that depicts a global snapshot of solid waste management to 2050, the World Bank stated that the East Asia and Pacific region is generating most of the world's waste at 23%. As we all know, these trajectories of waste growth will have major implications to the environment, health, and prosperity of the public, and thus requires urgent attention and the need to have preventive measures to solve the issue. For Malaysia, we generate 37,000 tons of waste on a daily basis, with only 30.67% separated and recycled, while nearly 70% of the waste goes to landfills. As the Minister in charge of Malaysia's solid waste management, I would say that the topic of sustainability has taken on important dimension and poses a major challenge to the nation. In many developing countries, including Malaysia, the limitation on technical understanding, financial resources, and technological support tend to restrict local governments' ability to keep up with the challenges in addressing the sustainability issue in waste management. This is particularly the case in many capital and secondary cities in Asia, where most of the urban population live and the bulk of the population growth is expected to occur. From small towns to megacities, the daily waste often outweighs the management capacity of the local governments. Overwhelmed and lacking of alternative solutions, many of these local governments are relying on open dumping and uncontrolled landfilling to cope with their waste management demands. However, we know that dumps and uncontrolled landfills present numerous issues for a municipality and its residents. First, there is the question of expenses incurred. Many dump sites are planned and located far away from where waste is generated and collected, thus entails higher transport costs for waste collection agencies. Ladies and gentlemen, in this new era of environmental awareness, the primary objective of waste management today is to protect the public and the environment from potentially harmful effects of waste. The mentality of out of sight, out of mind is no longer relevant. What we need to do today is a holistic and sustainable approach, and to encourage our community to reduce waste, to conserve resources, and ultimately to protect the environment. At the Ministry of Housing and Local Government Malaysia, we have identified sustainable waste management issue as one of our top priorities. Hence, we emphasize on the importance of educating the communities in the city on the impacts of improper waste disposal by creating awareness and introducing proactive approaches that are specifically developed to deal with the problem. For this reason, we have committed extra resources in the public engagements, especially on recycling with focus on 3 Rs, reduce, reduce, and recycle. My ministry also works closely with the local municipalities to promote waste reduction and recycling projects as indicated strategies listed in our National Cleanliness Policy, which was launched last year. Through this policy, we also hope to have positive impact in creating awareness and encourage the people to adopt the practice of maintaining cleanliness among the people, thereby ensuring the sustainability of the environment. The above policy objective also include encouraging initiatives that turn waste to wealth, money, to move from linear economy towards the implementation of circular economy in the waste management sector. For this, Ministry of Housing and Local Government is looking at WTE technologies such as incinerator and anaerobic digester for better efficiency of solid waste management and reduction of direct waste to landfills. Besides National Cleanliness Policy, we also have introduced National Community Policy in 2019. The policy focuses on developing community initiatives towards creating quality environment, strengthening community activities to better property management and maintenances, as well as promoting community participation in their local development planning. Under the policy, we have identified 8 clusters for the community involvement, including cluster number 2, that focuses on cleanliness, environment, and health. With this policy, we hope to create a more sustainable community in the residential areas, especially those staying in the social housing under the People's Housing Program or Program Perumahan Rakyat. Among the more successful and well-received initiatives introduced is Zero Waste Community Initiative, ZCOM. ZCOM creates awareness and encourages the people to practice solid waste separation at source to support material recovery and recycling. At the same time, the Zero Waste Centres also double up as buyback and composting schemes for the benefit of the communities. The participating communities can also redeem daily essentials like rice and cooking oil as part of the redemption reward program under ZCOM. Having said this, on a larger scale, the government agencies across the globe have enacted and enforced regulations governing waste management at the local, state, and federal level. While the government is enforcing the regulations in creating sustainable waste management, the people should also play their part by supporting and sharing their eco-responsibilities. In this context, every individual, business, or organization must make decisions and take responsibility in managing one's own waste. We look at the initiatives and the benefits of the above-mentioned activities, including positive outcome in providing business opportunities to both local and international players, specifically to those involved in circular economy, waste recovery, and promotion of waste to energy for sustainable solid waste management. In this aspect, my ministry welcomes collaboration with both public and private sectors, especially the industries related with circular economy, NGOs and international entities on achieving sustainable waste management. Therefore, I hope that we can also utilize this conference to create a collaborative platform with all the stakeholders, participants, and create business matching for technologies in waste management. It is in this spirit that I see this conference as a good platform for the key players of the sector, including waste experts, to gather and exchange ideas with one another how to further develop and enhance the waste management industry. I urge that all of you who are present today to take this opportunity to participate actively and put forward your views and suggestions in addressing sustainable solid waste management issues by providing suitable, relevant technologies and solutions which can be easily implemented by the authorities and stakeholders in this sector. Once again, I congratulate the co-organizers and the supporters for their continuous efforts and successfully organizing this conference and exhibition. I want to commend MITE's ongoing efforts and commitments in bridging the public and private stakeholders in building sustainable development agenda in Malaysia. The same goes to Confex Hub Group for their continuous support to my ministry agenda towards achieving Sustainable Development Goal 11 on sustainable cities and communities. I am sure that the various stakeholders attending this two-day event are excited to hear the sharing of latest strategies and technologies in solving the waste management challenges in a sustainable manner. Before I end my speech, I wish you all to have a very productive time at GWMC 2021. All of you will have, and I hope that all of you will have useful and good takeaways from the conference with better understanding and able to come up with practical strategies for an early solution to global waste problem. On that note, I hereby officially declare as open the second Global Waste Management Conference and Exhibition 2021. Thank you very much. All the best to all of you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
ZCOM program is implemented since the National Cleanliness Policy was crafted.
About half of waste management operations involve the private sector, nonprofits, or civil society. So there's a lot of opportunity to engage.
There are 3 projects regarding the waste. We are actually the first one regarding the waste globally, and also we are the first project in China.
More and more corporate campuses are beginning to adopt smart waste systems. So currently we have systems installed at Adidas in Germany, Microsoft, Google, and more.
And if you think about the amount of energy and carbon and raw materials it takes to make things from scratch.
Production of waste in all over the world, and so in this slide we only want to highlight
no effort to correct that part of the issue.
Yeah, that is the reason we keep emphasizing a holistic approach to waste management.